happy. Good morning. Really happy. Good morning. To be with you. With you. With you. Happy. Really happy. To be with you. With you. With you.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the NFT morning. Today is November 3rd. As you can see, I'm live from Paris today, in this, maybe it's like 5 degrees outside or something like this. I'm super excited because actually in 2 weeks from now, we will have a Paris photo that will happen in Paris. And we have the special, we're covering with the NFT morning this exhibition, and especially, of course, the digital sector curated by Nina Roers for the third time in a row. And we have the chance today, to be with my dear Grida. Hey, Grida, how are you?
Hello, everyone. Jim, how are you? I'm good.
I'm good. So, Grida, basically, artistic director, head of curation of Artverse Gallery. So, really pleasure to have you. We had the chance to have you several times. If you are in Paris, of course, Artverse, but maybe, you can just say a few words about it also.
Yeah, I mean, as everyone knows, I think the listeners here from NFT Morning, they all know about that first. We are the only digital arts, the gallery and the Web3 community hub. So we are doing everything related to digital culture. So under the catchphrase IRL, URL to IRL. So yeah, basically we do the solo exhibitions for our digital artists, and also we open Web3 community events during busy season like NFT Paris, Art Basel Paris, and of course Paris Photo, and and Paris Blockchain Mix. So basically we are doing everything related to digital culture, but my intention is still keep doing the high-end curation for our digital artists, the solution.
That's really nice. And this time, so of course, we know the gallery, but you're here for something that will happen also out of your walls, basically, because it will be directly inside of the Grand Palais of Paris for Paris Photo. For the first time, Artverse will have its own booth, its own show in partnership with Tezos, actually. Hey, Vincent, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Great, great. So, I think it's the same, for people who are following art and what's happening in the Tezos ecosystem. They know Vincent Jones and Alexandra Art. Maybe you can just, give the big picture about what you're doing there and what is your mission also.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Vinciane. I work at TrulyTech as part of the arts team. TrulyTech is a research and development hub for the Tezos blockchain, but the role of the arts team specifically is to support the Tezos, the ecosystem of art on Tezos, basically. And so we do that in a number of ways, by supporting platforms, by partnering with communities, curators, institutions all over the world, to provide more opportunities for artists who are active on Tezos creating amazing works. And so we had the opportunity to work with Grida and Artverse on this very special exhibition at Paris Photo, which is powered by Tezos and will be releasing on Object One. And it's very exciting. It's the second time that artists on Tezos will be presented at Paris Photo. Last year, we worked with Object One with a solo booth by Lorna Mills. And this year, it's great to be returning to the Grand Palais at Paris Photo with a selection of artists, some of whom are new to Tezos, and who have been creating a brilliant work, and a wonderful curation by Grida, spotlighting, I think, some really interesting, talented artists of today.
Amazing. And so, yeah, we will talk about it, but basically, okay, we introduce slowly, but there are so many great people in the backstage. Actually, I want to have everybody on stage because, we have the chance to have with us today, 4 out of the 6 artists, that are part of this group show that is only amazing artists, and there are 4 amazing, strong AI woman. No, okay, I wanted to say a few words, but I would say Asian woman artist, and yeah, for most of you also working with AI. And so, just please welcome on stage Amy Cusano. Hi, Amy. Super happy to have you.
Hi, how are you? Bonjour.
Doing great. Bonjour, bonjour.
Oh, konnichiwa.
Exactly. Amy, we had the chance also to have you already at the NFT morning, I think, few weeks ago, for this Doppelganger Doppelganger exhibition show that is coming back actually at Paris Photo. So super honored to have you again, and super happy also to have all these artists who are coming for the first time at NFT morning. So yeah, please say hi to Genesis Kai. Hi. Nice to have you, Genesis. And also, yeah, actually, I'm discovering also your work, to be honest, with this exhibition, and I'm super happy because it's mind-blowing, super strong. And also there are two more artists that I'm just a big fan. And I'm really sorry if I'm excited about it. I don't want to overreact, but we have Shavon Wong with us. Hey, Shavon. Super happy to have you. And finally, Nice Aunties. Hello, Nice Aunties.
Hi.
It's wow, the floor is full of actually, you will see the works and you will understand, if you don't know. I'm pretty sure that people who following the what's happening in digital art space know that, but that there is something that I have to say, and it's a common point. Of course, we'll talk about this curation, about AI, about the Asian stage, about maybe also in a way, what everything you're doing. But there is a common point in all your works. It's hard work, I would say, really, from what we will see in the way the work is created, the level of details, the level of attention. It's really the works where you can feel the hours of work that's been injected. You can feel, I would not say the perfectionism, but it's really something, when you see this, you say, wow, it's master work. Wow, it's so detailed. Wow, it's so specific. So yeah, really, that's, I was watching this slide, all the curation that Grida has been doing, and this morning, and it was 6 a.m. for me, and it woke me up in 1 second. So no, really, 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 really amazing to have you. I've been talking too much. Grida, please,
Yeah.
what are we talking about? What is this scenes, sensory, and remembered in the digital age exhibition? Tell us a bit more.
Yeah, so maybe, first of all, I feel really thankful to join this exhibition to the artists. I mean, what I do is just making a little structure, and then artists, they feel everything. So I am really grateful to, all our artists to join this show. And actually, the backstory is, first, as you see, we are all Asian, I'm all Asian. So my first guideline. So last year, thanks to Vincent and Nina and all the digital sector exhibition was amazing. And then it broke my ideas that it's not only pictures, let's say classical photographies. And last year, the digital art sector, they opened the possibilities that what is photography, the meaning. So they had generative art, they had also like so many different various styles that questioning, is it photo? But actually, when you think of, it could be part of the photography, and it could be also questioning what is the photography these days. So that was entire idea for Nina is bringing. And then at the end, I was still standing on the classical photographies, and I was questioning, like, Nina, I would love to curate the photography exhibition at Paris Photo based on Asian artists. And then Nina was saying, wow, it's a great idea. And the reason why I wanted to do the show with only Asian-based artists is actually Paris, France. They have old history, accepting Asian culture, from Impressionists, right? So Impressionists, they're inspired by ukiyo-e, thanks to Japan. And then after that, they were really welcoming Asian culture. And now we are 2025 and we are entering AI, all this technology, and we have K-pop, we have amazing Asian culture. So let's recheck what's now with Asian artists in this global, the scenes. That was my first idea. And then Nina was like, hey, Greta, you could go far. Let's go far. So Asian artists, these are the foundation. But question go far. You don't need to be only the classical photography. Let's think about what could be more. So actually, the surface is the sensory and the remember in the digital age. But actually, our vein is coming from Asia, and so we have two channels. Through these artists, I'm questioning that what is photography these days? Is it the memory? Is it someone that you remembered, or is it someone that all these things? I think artists will say, but that was it. Re-questioning what's the photography, and thanks to Arton Tejos, Vincent, and Alex, all this Tejos team, they made this possible. As you know, at fair, it's very expensive. So I just made an idea, but it could not possible without helping by the Tejos team. So they loved the idea. So now we are here. So that's it. Yeah.
Amazing, and so Vincent, actually, as she mentioned that, of course, you are supporting a lot of initiatives actually with Tezos, and so you mentioned the booth you had. So basically, you are always enabling basically some curation, and of course, you are bringing a platform and a blockchain as a partner. So I believe also that, tell me if I'm wrong, but for many artists who are there, it will be also work minted on Tezos, right?
Yeah, that's right. So we tend to partner with curators or communities, as I mentioned, and then also obviously bring the technology aspect, which is something we're pushing in other partnerships that we're doing as well. We recently launched an FA2 fellowship with the Museum of the Moving Image to introduce more artists to using the FA2 smart contract on Tezos to explore blockchain as a creative medium.
I see. And so for some artists there, actually it's their first time on Tezos, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm not wrong, let me guess. So I think Amy, you did it already, but I think for Nicenties and Shavon, it's the first time, right?
Yeah. The new show. Thanks to.
So wow, new experience. So okay, now that's super cool. If you don't mind, I would love to go through all of this, because you need to watch, you need to see it. Of course, you have to understand something, and I will give you the key info that we will watch something. It's great, it's online, but the experience that you will have when you will be at Paris Photo. And just reminder about the Paris Photo dates, basically, that will be basically November 12 to 16. I think 12 is maybe 12 is VIP day, I think, and then 13 to 16. It's of course, at home on your phone or on your laptop, it's already beautiful. But I can't wait to see the real booth of the group show on site. So you will be at Paris Photo, you will visit the digital sector. They have a dozen of booths about NFTs, digital art, post photography, depending on which one they are, and you will discover the Artverse / Tezos booth. So that's amazing. And actually, two artists who are not there, because there are also two amazing Asian artists, but based in the US. So it was complex for us to come this morning. And so maybe Greta, you can tell us more also about these two artists.
Yeah, so actually the two main artists are absent today. The Grand Yun Yeah, we also have the Grand Yun and Ruben Wu. As you know, the Grand Yun, he is capturing the landscape through the vector image, but actually the based on his practice is always starting with the landscape, which is the, yeah, so he did the photography first, and then make his own landscape memories through vector image. But I think it's really important, interesting to show his way of digesting how he sees the world, especially, he's really into Edward Hopper and all these American landscape-based artists. But how I see is usually Asian traditional artworks, they also have the empty area. I think Grand Yun is also playing this empty area really well in a modern context. So that's why I invited Grand Yun, and thanks to him, he's joining. And then Ruben Wu, wow, what he's making artworks is really amazing. He's like the real-time artist. He used to be National Geographic, and also he works with Apple and Google. So how he makes photography is he's really be there, and he drives the drone, and he makes the light. He makes through drone.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And so we
yeah.
can see, you will discover as well. I saw it. The work is crazy. You will discover it. It's extremely special, and we'll talk a bit more about it. And I think you will have the chance maybe to have Ruben also coming to the morning.
Yeah, so he's lighting, scenography landscape. It's like stage light scenes. So I thought it's really important to invite him. So these are the two artists. But as you see, the Asian woman artists, we are like, bad boss ladies. So I would like to hear anything from you guys. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, cool. So no, I just wanted maybe, as you mentioned, I just wanted, and we'll talk a bit more, but just visualize and go through the different, artworks that are part of the curation. And actually, I wanted to know a bit more about you, Siobhan, the work you've been bringing. Basically, I think you are, for me, you are like really you are really strong technically, I would say, on 3D creations. and you came, and really, when we walk what you're doing, there's always a question about what am I watching, basically. Is it like a movie? Is it animation? Is it, because you've been working on very realistic 3D creations, basically. And so I wanted to know a bit more about what you're bringing to this show this time, basically.
It's not a pretty story.
Okay, maybe, before, let's watch it and then we see.
This is not a pretty story. Fear it, Ophelia. Fear it, my dear sister. Here is a real woman briefly suspended in living water, almost ecstatic in her despair. The image that immediately comes to mind is probably either of her drowning in a bed of flowers. She is the one innocent in the whole play, and she is manipulated by everybody around her. And no one is punishing Hamlet for murdering her father. Everyone is just like, oh, Hamlet, that's not very nice. I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not with all their quantity of love make up my sum. Why has she been such a potent and obsessive figure in our cultural mythology? It was the product of an artistic plot or conspiracy. In Millet's interpretation, Ophelia exudes an intensified reality, which comes from a refusal to edit and idealize to present Ophelia's death to the viewer as an actual event. It's beautiful, but unnatural. Ophelia may have no usable past, but she has an infinite future.
Wow, that's something. It's really nice. Wow, it's amazing.
No, we have another one.
Seven.
Another one, the next one. We have the second one.
I know. We will watch the second one, but I wanted to get more from Seven first.
Okay.
You know, because I think it's a nice intro, and I just wanted. Okay, first, yeah, it's strong. It's really like it's a real movie that we're watching here, and we see the story. Basically, this series called it's Ophelia. And basically, we see the references, we see the integration of Hamlet from Shakespeare. Can you tell us, tell us a bit more, what we just experienced now? I think you're on mute, Chevan.
We can't hear you, Chevan.
Oh, there's no Chevan anymore. Okay, Chevan will come back. Just in case, feel free to leave and come back, Chevan. And in the same time, as Greta asked it, we will watch from second artwork actually from Chevan, and then she'll be back. But in this second, we can watch this.
It's the series, that's why. Yeah.
So we're still in the Ophelia's.
Yes.
Ophelia series, right, Greta?
Yes.
Nice. And there are more. I will just show the last one. And Chevan is back. Chevan, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey! Yes. Perfect.
Sorry about that.
No,
I
don't
can
be
talk about
sorry.
it.
And we've been discovering also in the same time, all the, it's a full series. So there are several artworks, that are part of it. So first, you have, the movie that we just watched. And then there are, some pieces that are part of the stories. But, I just wanted to come back on the movie. And maybe you can tell us more, about it.
So this project is called After Ophelia, and it really began because I had Googled myself online. I was trying to figure out my SEO, how do people find me, and what is the information found online, right? And what I realized was there's a lot of wrong information, old information, things that were written by other people that was, never really confirmed by me, but posted online. And I realized that, because of all this information online, when now people search it and when they Google it or when they use ChatGPT, the results that was written about it is now seen as fact. It's just seen as facts about me. And it made me realize just how easily your story can be rewritten, whether it's by people or algorithms or by AI. And so because of this, it made me think about Ophelia from Hamlet, which is a character from the story by Shakespeare. And I think, if you looked at this character, she only speaks less than 200 words, And in this story, she's actually a very small character, but most people, when you think about Ophelia, most people actually recognize the visual of the painting more. They recognize this painting more than they know of this character in Hamlet. And from there on, you have all these essays and films and stories and written about her. Even for me, in my photography days, when I think of Ophelia, I would go on the internet. I'll be inspired by all these other photographs that have been taken that were inspired by the painting of Ophelia, but it never really is the source of Ophelia, right? And it just made me think that it is very similar to us, how people find out about us, right? And so it made me, I was reading about a book about the age of mechanical reproduction, and talk about how photography, every copy takes us further from the original, right? And now with AI, it pushes it even further more from where the original starting point is. And so what I did was I created these two works, and Ophelia Retold, which is the film that you guys just watched. It is basically a combination of texts that have been taken from Shakespeare itself, from academic essays, from YouTube, from Reddit, and it becomes this chorus about her that was never written by her. And you have this AI voice that takes it and summarizes it in this beautiful sounding thing, but it's just a combination chorus of whatever the information about her was online, right? And then I had also created this Ophelia Reassembled, which is the collage work, where you kind of see the blends between the 3D work, the AI generated on top of the 3D work, and you can also see like the noise and the wireframes. So like what I had really wanted to do was to create this 3D render of her that was inspired by all the videos and photographs and things I've seen of her, and then have AI generated on top of the 3D renders I made and then blend it all together. Because I think, you know, it really isn't about finding the truth of Ophelia. It's talking about like what happens when our stories are retold. And then retold again multiple times. So that was really what this project's about.
This is not a pretty story.
Wow. Sorry, I wanted to watch
Fear
it
it,
again.
fear it, Ophelia.
That's really impressive. Just, you know, also in terms of creation, so you mentioned that you use AI for the voice, and so you have this strong deep voice, you know, telling the story. All the renders, it just really, right? You've been using AI only for the voice, if I'm not wrong.
I know. So what actually there are some scenes that I had rendered in 3D, and then I had basically used AI to generate more scenes from the same scene that I had generated in 3D.
Ah, okay, yeah. So you have your pattern that you define, you know, first, and then, you know, AI is to extend it, basically. I see. Wow. And so, just, you know, about the, I think it's your first time also at Paris Photo, and we will have the chance to see you in Paris also when you will be there.
No, unfortunately not.
Okay, cool. So we will see your work that will talk for yourself, basically. That's really nice. And so, you know, just to understand also, so, you know, it's my issue actually. Also, when I do this morning, I want to collect everything. So that's the thing. So every time I do a morning like this, you know, I'm spending more money. But I wanted to know, I wanted to know. So we have the movie, and we have the different static images. Yeah, exactly. What maybe Grida, you can tell us also what can be collected there, you know, what would be available on Tezos One, basically.
Yeah, so the works we sell is the 2 video works that we see just before, and then actually I wanted to actually make the combination between the screen and then the physical works, because Paris Photo is still 90% of the visitors and collectors, they are coming for collecting the physical works they're expecting. So Chevron created an amazing art world based on Ophelia, and then doubting about what's the real information, you know. So I was thinking making the 3 physical the pieces, so it can be much more rich, you know. So that's why.
You mean that as a collector, if I'm buying the artwork, I will get also the screen. I will get the screen with the work, right?
Right now with Chevron, we are selling only videos.
Only the videos.
The physical
Okay.
one, but let's see if somebody wants to, please sell the physical ones, then we will discuss more. But all the artworks on digital, we have the pair piece. So for example, Grand Noon, we have only the digital one, but like we will say Naisanti and Amy and Genesis Sky, we also have the digital and physical pair. So it's written on the caption, so we can have, if Tezos collector can purchase the digital work, then we will ship the physical one together. If you see the pair work, then it's the attached. Yeah.
Okay. So that's interesting. So depending on, we can talk about it also, but depending on the kind of the type of collector that you are,
Yes.
you can focus on digital only or potentially physical versions also.
Yeah. Digital physical pair. Yeah.
I see. Okay, cool. And just, you know, as we started to open this topic also, we're recording this now on November 3.
Yeah.
So actually, you know, I'm going through this catalog basically that you're working on. If people are interested to collect any of the work there, the best way is to contact Artverse and to contact you, Grida, right?
Yes. Or
Okay.
Tezos team or Object team, because we are setting up the Mint page as well. And then from November 11th, our page will be all ready. So even our other collectors, they can start to make an offer, something like that. So because some works will be the buy now, some works will be the auction. Yeah, so Yeah.
Okay, we do that. Okay, we have a lot of things to say, but I just wanted to go through and Shavon will come back also and ask you more questions. But I just wanted also to introduce some other works and artists, and actually we have the chance also. Actually, you based, Shavon, if I'm not wrong, you're based in Singapore.
I'm based in Bangkok now.
Bangkok now, amazing! Wow, congrats for that. But
Come visit.
you've been living in Singapore for a long time, right?
Mm-mm-mm.
And I think it's the same case for you, Nicenties, if I'm not wrong. Oh yeah, you are
Yes.
She's from Singapore. Yay!
Exactly. So a lot of things are happening there. And I've thought it's the first time actually we have you at the NFT morning, Nicenties. So I'm a big fan. Everything you've been. For I think a lot of people following the AI world, the AI, the generative art, and they saw your work already, this surrealist aunties, and the full universe that you created, with your aunties, your giant cats and sushis, basically, that we can discover, especially in the Auntiverse series that you've been creating. I think it was 2 years ago or something like this, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, actually, I you will watch the work there. You have your personal, everything is inspired by your personal story, right, and by your family, if I'm not wrong.
Not just my family, but I think the society and environment I grew up in generally, because anti-culture is very strong in Southeast Asia. But it's
Okay.
not, yeah.
Okay, but so yeah, this we'll watch the work because
Yes, we should watch.
because it's I think it will talk to everybody.
Yes.
So I just want to get one of them talking like this,
John, I think how we go to the installation, because we have very special installations for Nicenty this time, because actually I suggest our artists maybe minimum 2 works for joining. But wow, our auntie, we are going for 13 aunties, and then plus very special installations. Maybe auntie will explain later. But as you see the setup, we are making interactive mirror, because everyone is auntie, so we are making a mirror into Antiverse. So if you stand in front of this mirror, you will be auntie. And then we also create very cute, as you see, I'm kind of cute receiving these cute frames. It's like we are also having a pair work for auntie and digital, the piece together. So yeah, I led Nicenty to introduce the entire, the project, but we are making very special the work for aunties. Yeah, drop.
Thank you, Greta. If you could just share the screen and I can talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah, because this is my first time at Paris Photo. I wanted to interpret photography. And to me, photography is about capturing light on a surface, and typically through a machine. And I've always said that there is an auntie in all of us. I see it as a complex human nature where you're self-criticizing and being very conflicting and all kinds of things. So I bought a mirror from a flea market in Paris and fitted out the mirror with screens. So from far away, it looks like a mirror, but when you walk closer, your face gets replaced by one of the 13 aunties, which are also animated portraits minted on the Tezos blockchain. So when the auntie face appears, after 2 seconds, she starts to say things like, "Oh, you look very tired. Are you okay?" Or "You look fat," or "You look fatter than the last time I saw you," which are very typical auntie things to say. And I wanted to explore this thing about auntie's love language, which is about their care and concern being masked behind these very blunt and critical statements. So this project is not just about interpreting photography, but also an extension of the Auntyverse, which I've been building for the past 2 years. Like what you said, John, yes, it's 2023. Time flies. I realize it's nearly 3 years because we are in November right now.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is just the beginning, and it's not. It's so yeah, the mirror is not for sale. It's an exhibition piece, but the auntie portraits, which are in the catalog, are on the blockchain. Oh,
Really?
something else, which is that I think that these group of aunties who say stuff like that, they will go extinct in about 50, 100 years, because I don't think we will become aunties like this. We will express our love language in other ways. So I think minting them is a good way of remembering this group of auntie. Yes.
I like
Let's
this.
watch aunties right now. You will understand. It's really amazing. Yep.
I like, yeah. Let's watch it, so it will be
Yes.
more exciting for people. If it's okay, I would like to show, for example, Auntie Zin admiring your
Wow.
body.
Your skin so nice.
We
Glow.
don't see the screen, John. Yeah, perfect.
What cream you using?
Okay, go to Auntie True. Auntie True is a very classic thing.
Auntie June.
Yes, True. The previous
True,
one.
sorry.
This one.
Wow, you still single Must be too picky lah.
Yeah, so every auntie has a spirit animal. So she has the goldfish, and there's always a statement about her character. I mean, with AI technology, you can now develop characters and be consistent. So it's great. This is something that I explored 2 years ago. So it's good to revisit this topic. Yeah, if you scroll down my Instagram, I actually have auntie love language explored.
Yeah, me, I really liked. If you can I show one also that I really like this one actually.
Wow,
Auntie Zen.
your skin so nice. Glow until can blind people see. What cream you using?
Actually, they're fun, because I think it's also something, I like the way you express. Oh, and then
Amazing. Can you see Auntie Meow, John? Because it's also, we have a special auntie, one animal auntie. Yeah,
which auntie? Sorry.
the cat auntie.
Ah, yeah. Okay, let me show the cat auntie.
Oh
She's
yeah.
very special.
So the cat auntie is the only auntie who doesn't say anything, and she has a cat with the auntie's face, because this is a character from a story I made early last year about an auntie with a cat's face who's always lonely, but she found a cat with an auntie's face on the streets. So it's about companionship and recognition and loneliness, something like that. So she reappears now at Paris Photo.
Wow. But I like the way you describe this as a love language, because I think it's happening to a lot of people, especially, you always have this relation, because even, with daughter and aunties, or even daughter and mothers sometimes, the way to express their love is something that you always take as you don't know how to take it, basically, it's like, okay, it's like, okay, I will see, she will tell that, I don't know, that I got more weight, or I'm getting my skin not as usual, in their mouth, of course, it's a love way, but the way you hear it, sometimes you say, oh, come on, she's criticizing me. And that's kind of always like bittersweet compliment in a way.
Yeah, I think our aunties, especially, I don't know, in European grandmas or like aunties are doing, but for me, it's when I hear all these aunties saying, I feel like my grandmother is talking about me. So it's like every time when there is a big, the Christmas season or this big season, she always like, oh, why you're so thin, eat more, it's like that, but she cares about my health. And you're not still married, you don't have any boyfriend yet, it means you have to make a family, because so it's always what she's hidden is something that it's love. But always coming out in very strong way, even using a little slang, you know. So it's really typical grandmother and auntie who really cares about you. And then auntie is making this series. It's like really very lovely. I found it's very lovely. And then we really need to hear this, you know, at Paris Photo. And thanks to making these 13 aunties for the exhibition. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
thank
see, it's like you see these small frames. It's a very antique. It's keep coming. You will see this frame and then the digital pair, and also Paris Photo is the physical art fair. So we are considering if some physical, you know, collectors wants to collect, then we will find out how to, you know, deliver this to them. But it's like really, you have to experience this auntie in the mirror. Yeah.
Yeah, looks impressive. And how many aunties have been has been
13.
created? How many?
13 aunties.
13 aunties. Wow, that's amazing. And you know, we haven't mentioned that, but you know, I think it's it totally makes sense. It's amazing, you know, because we go deeper in your universe also now with the voice. So you know, people discovered, you know, your universe, you know, the last few years, but now they can hear them also, and it's giving more value. And also, again, you know, it's very, you know, it's in a way a bit surrealistic, because it's not 100%, you know, you have some aunties with the cat face, or you know, you have these animals that all the aunties are wearing basically, so you know it's not reality, but in another way it's extremely realistic also. And so giving this the sentiment that you have, you know, when you watch surrealism, where you say, okay, you know, from at 98% it looks like reality, but then, you know, there's something also that makes me feel like it's not exactly this, and it's creating something, you know, where you belong to it, and in a way, you know that it's not exactly part of it. It's very strong. It's very strong. So now, can't wait to see it, and especially with the scenography that you mentioned. It's something that is that I can't wait to see. And so there are 13 work to be collected, Grida, right?
Yes, with the digital ones, yes.
Wow. Okay, cool. Can't wait to see it. As we mentioned also, you know, like a post surrealism, post photography. I wanted to have you also, Amy, to talk a bit more about your work. We had the chance to introduce it a few weeks ago, and I will repost the link also about the solo show you've been doing at Artverse, because I believe, you know, we will see more of these doppelganger works in Paris, right?
Yes.
So, and in the same time, I will show also it. So, you know, I remember, Amy, you know, it's what you've been bringing also. Okay, for people who don't know Amy Cuseno, also, you created this, you know, your main character, because all of your artists have main characters. So, you know, for you, Nice Aunties, your main character are these aunties, you know, that we're discovering. For you, Amy, it's an alter ego of yourself projected, you know, in the digital world. Can you tell us a bit more generally about this character that we can see in your work?
Hi, thank you for introduce. And I use my own physical data, my face, my body, to generate AI doppelganger performing daily ritual, like once expected of the woman. Like my practice is more like recreate my the like woman stereotype, Asian woman stereotype in a AI world, and it's feels like a I'm very empty, so it's a different from my actual portrait. I've been always a performer. I used to do modeling for advertising, and also I was a singer for 10 years. So I'm very used to be on the stage or like performing another alter ego. I dress up like 1980s idol and singing about technologies, as I've been doing for 10 years. And this office ladies, it's very bizarre feeling. So it's me, but it's not me. Like she does look like me, but sometimes like her face has been kind of hallucinated and it doesn't look like me. And then obviously this project is getting like my core theme now. So it's it's extension of the series I presented at the Artverse gallery this year. Beginning of this year, I presented my Office Lady series, and this is a extension version. And so I use my AI self portrait to performing like daily ritual, like once expected to woman serving tea, like processing like paperwork, consuming luxury goods. So like these gesture once invisible and now like kind of repeated endlessly by algorithm, like exploring how like femininity and labor become like coded or manipulated. So I am very optimistic about AI. I'm very empowered by AI as an AI artist, but I sometimes scared of the stereotype, like what LLM will generate. So I kind of showing this repeatness and what would happen if we expected AI assistant to be a calm woman, like making harmony in an office space. So this is kind of like antithese for and also like I'm also thinking about, I wish I have AI agent who does all my paperwork. So there's a duality of the AI.
I see. And of course, I think, it's also a common point for most of all the artists who are there, talking with your words about woman position in the digital world, and but maybe also with the focus, of course, of your national culture. Emi, you're from Japan. We haven't mentioned that. I think you're still based in Tokyo, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
And we have also this view on the Japan, of course, I think even as a Western people, it's told to me, I have this visualization of kind of, like the TV show Mad Men, a bit like in the 70s in New York City. But in the Asian world, we still have this old school 90s, 80s style working environment, but also with your Japanese eyes, because I think also it's still there's still work to do, in the working world in Japan for women, right?
Yes, and I used to be an office ladies for like 10 years ago, and I was also expected to be the flower of the office because I was young and a woman. So I really relate that. And my mom was also, she used to be an office ladies almost like 35 years ago, and she quit her job because of her pregnancy, and she was really celebrated. Oh, you got married, you gotta quit the job. And she was also pouring teas, and I got inspired by her story, and I'm sure like other Asian women has like similar culture in their culture. And Greta also told me that she have she kind of know that culture. So
yeah, if I could just add the context quickly. So Emmy has many interesting series, the Ghost in the Shells and also other series. But thanks to Emmy, we had a solo exhibition early this year, and then the series was Office Ladies. But this culture is very strong. So 80s, these are the years that women started to work in Asia. So it's quite recent in Asia compared to European culture. So at this time, women are treated like the pulling the teeth or like always singing in front of everyone, this kind of geisha or something. Even though they are very smart, they are way better than men approaching the working skills, but they are like treated like that, you know. And right now it's much better, but still slightly a little, you know, difficulties. So she created this world that already existed before, but not existed. So she's playing in between. So if you see her work, especially at Paris Photo, they look very calm, but they're very stressed, and you can see the tension. So it's like the swan, you know, swan looks really calm on the surface, but they're like, you know, so you see this dynamic when you see really the real work of Emmy, and it really reflects the, you know, woman used to be like that, but actually in the future, are we really different, you know? So all these questions that you can find from Emmy's work, yeah.
Wow. So yeah, no, I think it's pretty. Yeah, it's very strong. You know, I saw the solo show, and how many pieces will be exhibited at Paris Photo?
So on Tejas, 3 pieces minted at actually the pair work. So we will display the physical work, and then you can collect on Tejas. Yeah.
Okay.
And if someone wants more, then we are considering maybe we can mint more. But right now, we start 3 first. Yeah.
Okay, 3 pieces.
Yeah.
No, yeah, this work is it's really impressive, you know, and I was impressed by the show in Paris. You know, I really recommend you to watch the NFT morning that we did, because yeah, it was full of these office women, and you're right about, you know, the reflection about, you know, how you want to present yourself. So, you know, it's all, I think it's especially with AI, it's interesting because it's always about how you see yourself, how people see yourself, and now, you know, you have another layer about how you see another version of yourself, basically, with this kind of digital twins. So that's very interesting, and it's also a good way for me, you know, to transit to the other artist that I wanted to introduce. That is Genesis Kai.
Hello.
Hi, hello. Thank you for having me.
Nah, thank you for being with us. You know, I was talking about alter ego with Emmy, and it's also you've been also creating your how we say digital twin or alter ego in the virtual world, right?
Yeah, I started working on Genesis because I'm half Korean, I'm half Chinese. I grew up in Hong Kong. I studied photography actually at NYU with a minor in psychology, and so I really got into this concept because as someone who doesn't really speak Korean or Chinese fluently, I decided that the best way to understand yourself was through the nuances of art. And how to do that was create another version of myself, a persona, which I see very much as like a family heirloom. And being a photographer, for me, it's all about subtraction. Like what is left outside the frame actually defines what is inside. You know, it's negative theology. You reveal the truth by whatever you withhold as a photographer. And AI is very much the opposite. It is the addition of these things. It is not omission. It's a statistical organism built on the averages. So your output from a scale of 1 to 10, it's always going to be, like for me personally, a 5 or a 6. It's never going to hit that really crappy 1 or this mind-blowing 10. So they're very different for me to transition into photography and then work with integrating photography with AI. So that's kind of the basis of what my work is like and the origins of it.
That's really nice. If you don't mind, you know, I would like to show the first artwork, you know, that you've been producing for Paris Photo also. That is this, yeah, let me show it again, sorry. That is this, this work that talks by himself also.
Yeah, this work, it's actually a diptych with the next work. And this work I actually made quite recently, not just for Paris Photo, but because I have to actually really think about what being an artist is nowadays. And for me, I take a lot of inspiration working from pre-19th century Asian artists as someone who's really into the culture. And really the ultimate form of an artist is a philosopher. So I started actually working on my own philosophical framework in 3 parts with different chapters in it called Pathosophy, which is pathos, which is actually desire and yearning, and sophy, which is wisdom. And that is actually the sacred understanding that the human condition of desire and yearning is actually how oneness manifests itself. So it's very different from most Asian forms of thought, which is the negation of desire and yearning to suppress that, where you reach, states of like Zen or Nirvana or enlightenment. But this is very much the opposite, because my yearning created Genesis. So this is all about how she came to be. This looks very different visually from my last body of work, where I took like several hundred images and used also like 3D modeling. But this one is actually more photography and drawing based. So I wanted to actually, I spent the whole year studying a lot on like Neo-Confucianism and Neo-Confucian thought and paintings from Song Dynasty and Tang Dynasty paintings as well. And actually started to teach myself how to draw. And I think that's so incredible about AI, is that it actually teaches you to further articulate your work. You need to learn some other set of skills, and a surprise would come out of it. So this one is the second piece of them, and it's all 3 versions of Genesis. It could be past, present, or future identities, but they're all yearning to be together and coming back to the origin point. And so a lot of it is left negative. So in Chinese painting, there is this concept of liu bai, which is the empty space, which I see it as the empty space of memory, desire, the past and present just trying to push and spill itself forward as well. So it's actually about inhaling, holding the breath, and then the viewer watching this is the exhale.
Wow. No, it's very strong. For me, it's very surprising. Also, it's unexpected. I'm not used to see this kind of works, and it shows me also the way sometimes, I'm personally a bit maybe Eurocentric, so we see a lot of AI works using traditional European paints and expressionism or Renaissance style, and seeing this really like a Confucianism style, the way you've been mixing this, with in a form of modernity is really fresh for me, very new and very unexpected. That's very strong. So, and I wanted to show maybe the 3rd work also, if it's okay with you. That is basically yeah.
Oh yeah. So
This one.
the work, the square image is actually going to be a print on Hanji paper. A little bit of trivia about me is my father was a really big activist for cultural preservation, and it was part of his career in politics as well. So I work with a lot of craftsmen to actually make this Hanji paper custom to my printing needs as well, because I want the reflection, as like someone working with a digital identity, to be there with working digitally and physically. And this one is actually part of a series that I started actually for Art Dubai, based on the Neo-Confucian aspect of like Li, which is the energy that unites us, and Qi, which is contextualizing our own specific energy. It's like what makes my dog, and me, but also taking concept of Indra's net from Buddhism, which is we are all jewels reflecting each other. So there's a lot of motifs here of Genesis. She's walking with turtles, which is symbolic for longevity, into the far distance with children as well. And it has like a digital, separate digital version as well. So everything here is actually, there's like a super long art statement about it, which I won't get into, but that one is predating the ones that you just saw, which is more about my philosophy. Yeah.
Okay, I see. And there actually, and I see one last, that is kind of, it's the same one.
The video version of it.
The video version of it, exactly, that we can see. I really love this one. I love also, because you have also, the 2 previous ones also are very, in a way, very calm, this is what we like, a really static environment of mountains and some characters moving around. But on this one, it's even slower. The movement is really it's a slight movement, that you can see with characters and their impact on the water. It's almost photography in a way, and yeah, it's between video and photography for me, and I really like it. But yeah, if you want to tell a bit more, feel free to share also.
Yeah, so these ones, how I've been working for actually like all three of these pieces is actually photographing a lot of like my different subjects first, and then like drawing what I see. So I spent a lot of time in Korea the last couple months, and I've been traveling all around to see a lot of the mountains, because Korea, it's much more mountainous than Hong Kong, to actually draw and photograph them, and then find different iterations and actually get AI to actually colorize the work. And I took a sample of this red, which is actually from the Ming Dynasty, from the Xuan, the emperor reign. It's actually called sacrificial red, and that's the red that I've been using for Genesis since the very beginning. It's like my signature color. It was so rare at a time that they had to crush rubies, like legend has it, just to make this color as well. So there's a lot about how for something to exist, you need to give up something as well, and maybe that is the desire, and that's what the piece is about.
Wow, yeah, it's very strong. The name of actually, it's good that we can create it now with digital, without needing to sacrifice anything anymore. That's wow, it's extremely strong. Yeah, and so these 3 pieces will be exhibited also, Grida, in Paris?
4 pieces, yes.
Yeah, the 3 videos and the square one. Yeah, okay. Wow. That's, I'm super happy, to discover this, and I would love also, I would love to talk more, but time is running, and I'm sorry, for everybody, actually Amy and Shaban had to leave, and because we're over time, I try to stay very compact, but there are so many content we could talk for 4 hours, basically. Just wanting to understand, Grida, because it's a lot. We saw only 4 artists there. There are 2 more. We mentioned Ruben Rue and Grant Yun. How is it not complex, to do like scenography of this, 6 artists, with all of them are very strong universe and personality? How do you manage to get them all together?
Oh wow! First of all, I think thanks to Paris Photo, this the art fair, this image, I think it really helped that everyone we have. I don't know. I mean, I'm really overwhelmed right now. Emotionally.
It's a challenge. It's still part of the challenge.
It's happening next week, and I think if I have something that I can just share is, for viewers' point of view, you can have this question first. If you see all our exhibition, is it photography? But if you really think and look at their artworks, then they will have their own answer. Wow, that could be the photography. And also, we don't want to log ourselves only digital artists. We are contemporary artists. We begin from this base, but we are here because we are artists who lives in this contemporary the time. So yeah, I think if you question this one question has all the connections through this artist. Is it a photography? It is a photography in these ways, and then we show different ways of, you understand the post photography, you understand the meaning of photography. What is the meaning? Actually, it's kind of the fantasy, right? Capturing the memory or the lights, or something they remember in the past. So re-questioning the photography through our great 6 artists, that then it connects everything. Yeah.
That's amazing. I really wanted to thank you. Thank to all of you, the artists who've been there. Just to remind you, Paris Photo is happening from November 12th to 16th. And before we leave, I just wanted to share with you one last, because you will need to be strong. make it work. You need to eat well. And I would like one last advice, some words from my dear Auntie T, basically before we leave. So, yeah, let me show you.
哎呦，你这样瘦啊，是不是没吃好啊？
Wow. She's very-
I see the friendship title.
Yes.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
Every auntie is like incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. No, really. No, thank you very much. Thank you very much, all of you. So yeah, Shaban, Amy, and Genesis Sky, and nice aunties for being with us today. It was a big pleasure. Can't wait to see you more, and I would love actually to have more shows with you, especially you also, both of you actually, because we have much more to say about your work and explore it much more. So have a great day. For people following NFT Morning, actually we have another show that we will record today and that will be live tomorrow with the gallery, Heft Gallery, actually. And so basically Adam Beringer, the founder of Heft Gallery, and we'll have a really nice guest, Bas Untervik and Sarp Kerem Yavuz. So yeah, stay tuned, and it will be online. It will be live tomorrow, basically. Thank you again, Vincent. Thank you. And everybody have a great day. Prepare yourself for Paris Photo, and good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Happy. Good morning. Really happy.